Everything we dream or act upon requires some sort of planning. Whatever tasks you can think of, planning is always an intrinsic nature of the activity. The outcome of any work is at the mercy of planning, yet few actually realize its importance. Be it buying an office chair for a grumpy boss or launching a SpaceX rocket for the Mars, they all need meticulous plan to efficiently execute a project. In simple terms, planning is bringing the future into present so that you can do something about it. It's a discipline of addressing how to complete a project in a certain timeline with given resources. However, planning is not a new phenomenon. It's been there since mankind exists on this earth. Remember how construction of Great Pyramid of Giza was planned to move 2.3 million of slabs in 26th century. It was a project planning which materialized the construction of New York subway station in 1904 to become the world's largest transit system. Planning is not only limited to building or creating product. Service industries like event management, software, consultancy, healthcare, and even government, they all use project planning skill to successfully handle their operation and grow their business. Basically, project planning is the cornerstone of project management. It's remained at the epicenter of all the project activity. The term project planning consists two words, project and planning. A project means a temporary endeavor undertaken to achieve a particular aim in a certain duration and budget. Project always produces a unique product and it doesn't continue forever. It ends when objectives are met. Whereas planning is a process that creates a blueprint for project execution. This is a step where all the activities are well defined before starting the actual work. It tells you what is your current position, where you are going, why you are going, and how you are going to get there. Planning is absolutely necessary for any mission. Making a perfect plan is essential to keep your project on time and meet its objective. But planning for future course of action is not an easy task. Project planning is much harder than you may expect. Even for a smaller project, planning is a daunting task to drive the project success home. Project planning needs various key inputs like project charter, stakeholder list, and contract document itself. Depending on the type of project and its complexity, there can be different approach to plan a project. To develop an effective project plan, you will need to follow a step-by-step process and analyze each work area of project like cost, time, scope, quality, and so on. So, how exactly project planning is done? Be it buying a smartphone for your mother or landing on moon, every project needs logical planning. Usually there are 10 steps which should be performed in set order to come up with an effective project plan. The very first step of planning is to determine the overall planning process. This step is to find out how you will manage and integrate each work area. The second step is to define the project scope. In this step, detailed requirements are gathered and complete scope of work is determined. Usually, project work is broken down into smaller chunks called as work package. This leads to the creation of WBS and WBS directory. WBS means work breakdown structure. Then, in third step, project schedule is developed. Activities of each WBS are defined and logically sequenced. Based on this network of activities, the required resource of each task is estimated and the duration of each activities are calculated. After the project schedule, in fourth step, the cost of each activity and WBS is estimated. This results in budget requirement for completing the project work. Then, quality planning is performed. In this step, the quality standard and processes are defined. This ensures that each task meets the quality requirement. In the sixth step, the roles and responsibility of each team members are defined. This basically tells us who will do what work at which time. Seventh step is for developing project communication and stakeholder management plan. This step ensures the right people are engaged at the right time. Eighth step is for planning the risk. Team moves to plan the remaining uncertain item which may impact the project at later stage. All the possible risks are identified and proper analysis is performed to assess the impacts. This helps the team to create mitigation plan for dealing with risk. Ninth step is to develop a project control plan. This step is to determine how you will monitor and control the project progress and other aspects of the project performance. Last but most important step is to conduct a kickoff meeting with relevant stakeholders and get the sign-off from each function. This step ensures everyone is aligned with project plan and everyone is on the same page. For sure, these steps will give you a highly effective project plan, but remember, no plan is perfect. As the project progresses, plan needs to be changed in accordance with new conditions. Decisions are made based on newly identified risks and opportunities. project planning is never truly finished until a project is complete. Even though planning is such a critical process for project management, too often project managers dive into the action without any prior thinking. So, whenever you're going on a vacation or taking a new project in your office, make sure you plan it well enough. Planning is only the key which would create a difference between successful and a failed project.